Hello everybody, myself Professor Rashmi Patil from STM CET Dharwad. Today we will be studying about the input-output functions available in C programming. So let us first know what is input, output and processing. If you take any device, now we are studying about the programming, so let us take a computer as a device. Basically it performs three operations: input, then it goes for processing the thing, then it will be output. So first step in any device that you take, that will be about input. Okay, so the data that you supply will be considered as input. Same data will be used for processing, that is for computation purpose. Then whatever result we obtain, we consider it as output. So today we will be focusing on one is input. How can I get the data from the user via the functions available in C, as well as how can I display the result to the user based on processing that happens internally to the user. In C, we have got two functions. One is scanf and another one is printf. Okay, students, kindly look into the things that I am writing now. Scanf, it is completely written in lowercase, that is small letters, followed by pair of parentheses, which indicates that scanf is a function. Okay, any function that we use should be written with the use of pair of parentheses. Similarly, printf should be written in lowercase letter followed by pair of parentheses. And please make a note, scanf and printf are available in one header file called stdio.h. stdio.h. Now, you might be thinking, what is this stdio.h? STD stands for standard, I stands for input, O stands for output, H stands for header file. Any file that you take up, it will have something called extension to it. Suppose if I am using any text file, then that file will be ending with something called .txt. Suppose if I am creating the document, then it will be .doc. Similarly, now I am referring to the header file called stdio. It should end with the extension .h. And please focus that this is very important in our C program. So student, I was just telling you about stdio.h, that is the standard input output header file. Since it is a header file, it should be ending with .h file. So yes should be written in small letter, stdio continuously .h. So first let us know what is this stdio.h. Let me just give you one scenario. Suppose in your college you are conducting one event, okay, any technical event, and for that you are going for some sponsorship from outside the college. So whenever you approach any company for the sponsorship, what they usually expect? They expect you to put their names in the banners. Okay, then only they will tell, okay, I will sponsor you certain amount. Similarly over here, to make use of certain functions which are available in stdio.h, and we were talking about scanf and printf, and these two functions are available in file called stdio.h. Scanf and printf, I was referring to it. Scanf, it's a function, then printf is a function. Both are present in one file called stdio.h. If I want to use these two functions in my C code, then I am supposed to put or include this header file before I start writing the C program. That is one condition that you need to remember. And how I should be adding this stdio.h in my program. Okay, so for that I make use of a preprocessor directive. Okay, I will tell you what is preprocessor directive and how to write the preprocessor directive. That is, I make use of one preprocessor directive, that is hash include, written in small case, hash include, then one space should be given, then angular bracket stdio.h, angular bracket complete. This is the way that I use for writing something called link section, where I will be linking this particular header file with my code that I am going to write further, so that I can make use of these two functions. Yes students, let us now see the generic syntax for writing scanf and printf. So as I have already told you, we are going to deal with first one is input. Input basically stands for reading the data from the user. how should I read the data from the user into my code? For that, I make use of one functions which is already available in C, that is scanf. And now you know that scanf is available in one header file called stdio.h. Now let us study the syntax for using scanf function available in stdio.h. How should I be writing the scanf? Okay. So let me first write scanf in lowercase, then followed by opening parenthesis, then put double quotes, then write the format specifier which we have already studied when we were talking about data types. Format specifier should be written, then complete the double quotes, then put semicolon. After writing the double quote, then put semicolon, then followed by ampersand. Ampersand symbol should be used, or you say and symbol followed by the variable name that you are reading. Variable name, then complete the parenthesis, then put semicolon. As you already know now, every C statement will be ending with a semicolon that marks the end of C statement. Let me consider a simple example to know how should I be using scanf within my code. Suppose you have one variable, okay, called num. Num is the variable name and of type integer. Now I want to know the value that I am going to store within num, and that I am reading the value from the user with the help of scanf. Okay, how should I be doing it? First thing that you will be doing is declaration of the variable. Declaration of variable should be done. Now you know how to declare a variable. First you should be writing the data type. Data type is int. So write int followed by one single space, then the variable name int num. Then complete this, that is with the semicolon. After that you ask the user, okay, enter the value of number. Then for that printf is required, which I will be explaining in further discussion. Before that, how should I be reading it? Okay, that is scanf. Now please mark this statement and this statement. After writing scanf, I am writing the parenthesis, opening parenthesis, then put double quotes. Students, now you know what is the format specifier for integer data type. It is nothing but %d. Then complete the double quotes, put comma. Then it should be followed by and symbol or ampersand symbol. Why we use ampersand? I will explain it. Followed by the variable name. Now the variable name that I am considering is num. I am reading the value for variable called num. So that should be written as it is, the way you have declared, and this should match. There should not be any deviation from the needs that you are taking up in the declaration as well as using in the scanf statement. Okay, students, please focus. Here why I am using and. And basically indicates the address of the variable num within the memory location. Okay, and basically indicates or it denotes the address. Okay, that is about scanf. Now let us move on to something called printf function usage. So how I should be using printf? Now we are done with the input operation. So how can I display anything to the user on the monitor? Okay, for that I make use of function that is available in stdio.h, that is printf. Printf is a function available in stdio.h. Now every function that is already available in C has got certain syntax. For printf, the syntax goes like this. Okay, printf, then open the parenthesis, then you need to put double quotes, and whatever message that you want to display, that should be written. Complete the parenthesis, semicolon to mark the end of C statement. This is one way of using printf. Suppose take the previous example where I was reading the value for number. Now I want to display the value that is being stored within number. Suppose consider this example. I have num variable of type int, and suppose the user has entered 10. Now I want to display one simple statement saying that the value of num is 10. Now please students, please note that this value is going to be changing with respect to whatever user enters during the runtime or during the execution time. So this value is not constant. That's why we are using something called variable. The value keeps on changing. So for example, now I want to display the current value of num is 10. I want to display to the user the value of num is 10. So how I should be doing? So with the help of this example, I will try to explain it. Printf, open parenthesis, then put double quotes. So the first sentence is constant. The value of num is, write that much. The value of num is. Value of num is. Next thing is some specific value. At given point of time, it is 10. Suppose if user enters 20, then it will be 20, so on. So that is not a constant, that is variable. There you are taking the help of format specifier. Now students, please observe, num is of integer data type. Now what is the format specifier for int? It is %d. So write %d. Then I want the next message to be displayed in the next line. For that I am making use of /n, which indicates new line. /n basically indicates new line character. Then I have opened the double quotes. You need to close it. Then comma. This is still not the completeness of this printf. Since I am referring to %d, I need to tell the compiler %d is corresponding to which variable. I am referring to a variable called num. That should be mentioned over after writing the comma. Then complete the parenthesis, put semicolon. This ends the printf statement that we are going to write in C program. Okay, students, now let us take up one simple example where I am making use of scanf and printf statement within my C program. So the program statement is something like this. Write a C program to display any integer number and display the value of the integer variable. So please understand, write a C program to read integer variable and display the value stored within integer variable. Each and every term in the problem statement is very important. So to begin with, the first thing that I had explained earlier was the structure of the C code, which you need to remember. First thing that we start with in our C program is always the documentation section. How do I write the documentation section? / then star mark, which indicates or which tells the compiler that it is going to be a documentation section. And please note that the comment lines that we are using in the documentation section are not part of our executable part of our code. It's been skipped by the compiler. So but as to increase the readability of the code, I need to be including this documentation section. So I will be starting with the / then star, which indicates it's a multi-line comment, more than one line. So first thing that I will be writing is program. Okay, I am telling the user it's about what? Program to read number and display its value. To read number and display its value. Display its value. After that, who is writing? We refer something called author. Now, I am writing my name. I am writing the code, so I am writing my name. Then comes date of creation of this particular code. Okay, you can include any date. Okay, for example, it is like this. Then complete this. This basically gives the overview about the program, which will enhance the readability of our code if somebody else is referring to the code. This should be your first part whenever you begin with the C code, that is documentation section. After that, the documentation section is followed by link section. So now I am making use of something called printf and scanf, which are available in stdio.h file. I should be including it with the help of preprocessor directive #include. #include space angular bracket stdio.h. This basically constituting the link section. #include is a preprocessor directive. Please note, preprocessor directive means it tells the compiler whenever the compiler encounters this hash symbol, it gets to know that I have something called preprocessor directive, which my task is to include stdio.header file into the code. Further, whatever is the programmer is writing the code. After that, it should be followed by something called main keyword. Main is a function which always indicates the starting point of the execution of our C program. Main is a function. Whenever you come across pair of parentheses, it indicates a function function, and every C program should have this main function, without which the execution will never happen. Then put curly brace, which marks the start of main function. Whatever you want to write should be written within this part or block of the code. Now the problem statement is, please check out once again. You need to write a program where you are reading the number and displaying its value to the user. So to visualize it, okay, I am just drawing the thing so that you can get it very easily. I need to declare a variable called num of integer data type. Here our objective is to read its value and display. Once it has been read, I need to display its value. The first statement within your main should be always declaration of the variables. Now I require only one variable, that is num of type integer, int num. This is the way that I will be declaring the variable. After this, I need to tell the user, I need to give the hint to the users saying that enter the value of the number. So for that I am making use of something called printf. Printf double quote, enter value of num. Enter value of num. Then I want everything should come in the next line on the command on the screen. So slash and basically indicates new line. Put double quotes, complete the parenthesis, then put semicolon to mark the end of C statement. This is one way of writing the printf. After writing printf, you need to take up the value entered from the user. For that I am making use of scanf function. Scanf, then open the parenthesis. Now I am reading integer data type variable value. So you need to start with the double quote. Format specified for int is %d double quote complete comma. And this syntax, students, you need to remember it. That is the syntax. See, whenever you are talking in your mother tongue or let it be English, you need to follow the grammar. Similarly, whenever I am writing the code in C programming language, it is also having certain things called grammar rules. You need to follow it. They have framed and we are supposed to follow it in order to write efficient and correct code. And this is the syntax that you need to remember whenever you are making use of printf and scanf in your C program. After writing comma, I have already told you it should be the ampersand symbol or and symbol. Then write the variable name num. So up to this point, I am done with what? Reading the value. Now I need to print that value to the user. How I should be doing it? Students, now we have just read the value within a variable called num. Now let us display whatever is being stored within variable called num. For that I need to go for using the printf. Students, please make a note. Whenever you come across the terms read, you need to make use of scanf. Whenever you come across terms called print, display, for that you need to take the help of printf function which is available in stdio.h. Please make a note of it. So now I need to display. Display means obviously it is printf. Printf. Then I need to give the relevant message to the user. Relevant means now I just can't just display its value. I need to tell something, convey something to the user. Value of num is, that is appropriate one. Value of num is. That value, it's not a constant, it is going to change based on the user input. So I make use of something called format specifier. Now I am dealing with it. Percentage is the format specifier. Now I will be making use of slash and new line character. Why new line character? Otherwise what happens? It will appear in the same line. After whatever is followed, after printing this message, everything will come in line with this statement. I don't want that to happen. I want the next set of statement to be printed in the next line. For that I am making use of slash and new line. Then comma, this percentage d basically indicates the num value. So write its variable name num. Then complete this parenthesis, put semicolon. Now I am done with whatever I wanted to do. I have read the value, I have displayed it. Now I need to close the main function. I have opened the main function over this point with the help of curly brace. Now I need to close it. One more note to be taken over here. Any brackets or any curly braces or any, let it be any square bracket or anything that you use in the C programming, the number of opening should be matching with number of closing braces. Here I have one, there should be corresponding closing braces over here also. This indicates the end of main function. So students, in today's discussion we have studied about how to use printf and scanf within C program with the help of printf and scanf functions available in stdio.h. If you have any queries, you can just post it in the comment section, and in the next section we will be discussing about the looping statements that are being used in C programming. Thank you so much.